Hello friends, I'm Lokesh, your mentor at mentorbuddy.com. We have a question based on time, speed and distance. It says, a thief goes away with a Maruti car at a speed of 40 km per hour. The theft has been discovered after half an hour and the owner sets off in another car at 50 km per hour. When will the owner overtake the thief from the start? So this is a very basic question. Probably from relative speed we can solve this question very easily. Let us understand how we can solve this. So let us see what all values we have. So first of all, it is given that the speed of the thief is 40 km per hour. So when a thief has took the Maruti car and he is running with 40 km per hour is what is given to us. Then the theft has been discovered after half an hour. That means after half an hour, the owner gets to know that the car has been stolen. That means in half an hour, using the formula of time is equal to distance upon speed, the distance traveled by the thief is equal to half an hour multiplied by his speed, and that is equal to 20 kilometers. So by the time the owner gets to know that the theft has the thief has stolen the car, the thief has already traveled for 20 kilometers. So for example, this is what the current situation is. Here is the owner and here is the thief, that is after or at a distance of 20 kilometers. Now thief is constantly running with a speed of 40 kilometer per hour. Now what happens? The owner sets off in another car at 50 kilometer per hour, obviously in the same direction, so that he can chase the thief. Now the question is, when will the owner overtake the thief from the start? Now as we can see, both of them are traveling in the same direction. And the concept of relative speed says that if two objects are traveling in the same direction, the relative speed becomes the difference of their speeds. Now it can be a minus b, it can be b minus a, therefore I have put the modulus sign because speed cannot be negative. So now the question is, when will the owner overtake the thief from the start? Now this can be solved in two ways. One is the conventional way. Let me just give a brief introduction about the conventional way as well. For example, this is the owner and this is the thief. And let us assume that this is the distance after which the thief is get caught. So now what happens, because thief is running at 40, owner is going to chase at 50. The time taken by the thief to travel from this position to this position and time taken by the owner to travel from this position to this position should be equal. So time of owner should be equal to time for the thief. So what we do, we can just quickly equate because time is equal to distance upon speed. So distance traveled by owner will be 20 plus x and speed of the owner is 50. Whereas distance traveled by the thief is just x and his speed is 40. So what we do when we do cross multiplication, we get 800 plus 40x is equal to 50x. And therefore from here we get 10 times of x is equal to 800, which gives me x is equal to 80 kilometers. That is, after 80 kilometers the thief gets caught. Now the question is, when will the owner overtake? So we have to find out the time. So time traveled by the thief is equal to distance traveled by him, that is 80, upon his speed, that is 40, and this gives you 2 hours. So whether you substitute the value of x in this equation or in this equation, because see, 20 plus x upon 50, this is also going to be 100 upon 50, and that is 2 hours. So in both the cases you will get the time is equal to 2 hours. Though the question has asked from the start, time from the start, that means it is going to be 2 hours plus half an hour, because initially after half an hour the theft was discovered. So it is going to be 2 hours and 30 minutes, that is 2.5 hours. So therefore this answer becomes option number 1. But as you see, this method has been a quite lengthy method because we are involved with the equations. So in such a question, using the concept of relative speed, you can solve it without using equations. So how can we do that? Let us see. So this was the situation. Here was the owner and here was the thief after half an hour, that is at a distance of 20 kilometers. Thief was running with 40 kilometers per hour and owner was running with 50 kilometers per hour. So in this what we can do is, let us assume that the speed of the thief is 0. If his speed is 0, definitely he is not going further. And if his speed is 0, owner's speed becomes 10 kilometer per hour, because we are talking about the relative speed. So because he is 50 and he is running with 40, so relative speed becomes 10 kilometer per hour. Now when thief is stuck at this point, the owner has to travel for only 20 kilometers. 20 kilometers with a speed of 10 kilometer per hour. So time taken would be equal to directly 2 hours. This is what we have achieved after solving these equations, 2 hours. So by using the concept of relative speed, this 2 hours has been achieved directly. And hence your answer becomes 2 plus half, that is 2.5, without using the equations. So in either of the cases, you can solve the problem with either of the methods, and in both the cases your answer will come out as 2.5 hours for this question. I hope you have understood the method and the concept behind it. Thank you everyone.